Grand. Perfect. It's my birthday.
It is your birthday. Oh my God. Let's see. Make sure that we're here on the, nope, never on the right page, even though it says, what page do you want to be on? And I pick Gay Power Half Hour. And it's like, you know what? We're going to send you to the Tony Soto Show. Oh, yikes. That was intense. That was a lot of you.
Tube.
Hello, YouTubes. We are back again for another rousing edition of which one is this one? Gay Power Half Hour. And I'm just setting my screen, and then we can go right into it because I know that you are in a hurry and it is your birthday, and I want you to have the best day because I did not plan anything for you. So so I can at least give you a prompt start. I love you so much. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm just set the timer, and then we're going to go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour. I'm Tony Soto, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Casey. That's right. That's Casey right over there, looking young, although he's 39. Happy birthday to you. I didn't even warm up my instrument for that.
Wow. And I'm Casey, the one he's singing to. Thank you very much. That's Tony Soto, and it's my birthday. I did it. I made it.
Yay.
It is,
it's your birthday show.
39.
39.
39. Proud of myself.
Can we unpack this? Because yes, first of all, small miracle that you made it. There were a lot of things against you. The world even. Like biology. You know what I mean? Like
pandemics.
Viruses. They were like, let's take her out. Drugs.
Various viruses have various pandemics, tail ends of some, beginnings of others. And
here she is staring down the barrel of 40.
Looking amazing. I don't like thinking of it in those terms. I think surfing the wave or riding my roller skates on the rink of life, and I'm not even halfway done.
What did you tell me before we started recording? You were getting what last night? You were getting fucking.
I don't think I would want to talk about it. I was saying I don't know. Late at night. The day before you turn another year older. I didn't have any wine. No, maybe that was the issue. I didn't have any wine, and so I was a little dwelly. It was dark outside. My dog was limping a little bit, and I was like, "Oh my God, we're all getting so old." And then woke up this morning feeling great. Brow's ankle was healed. I think she was faking it to get out of going to the park the day before. And then we went on a hike.
Don't make big girls go to the park all the time. Some old big girls. I mean, you'll learn soon. Next year, you'll learn.
Love the park. We'll always love the park. People are flabbergasted when they find out I'm the age that I am. Truly flabbergasted. They can't believe it.
Here's the thing. You are fortunate because you are short in stature. So you have less gravity trying to pull you down, unlike us tall people who have the weight of the world on our shoulders and gravity literally reaching down and trying to kill us at any given point. So it's hard. And don't worry. The thing is, it's like you could look younger. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. We
can all look younger.
You get on your soapbox right now because she's not even 40 yet. But you know what? You could step it up a little. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I've decided I'm going to start dressing in jorts and deep cut V's. I don't know, what are the kids wearing these days? Just like I'm going to start wearing those long shirts, just like those shirts that go down like past your knees.
Oh my God!
Like
the boxy square moments.
A boxy square moment.
I just talked about this on the Tony Soto show because Felony Dodger got the COVID, and she got vaccinated, so she didn't feel too terrible. So she was like trying to find a way to supplement income. She makes clothes, and so she's like I have this 4X shirt that is like And I was like, oh, I'll buy that, because it says fuck off all over it. And I was like, let's do this. And but then I was like, what if the 4X kind of fits okay? Like I got in my head about it real quick. Because in my head, I'm just a little petite baby.
I get it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, a little petite 42-year-old baby. Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. If we're gonna be attacking each other with each other's ages for the rest of the show, a 42-year-old baby
with a 4XL shirt. I'm staying in right now because there's a wind event. I'd hate to get blown over. Mm-hmm. But what if that 4X is kind of okay?
Well, live in it. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with embracing who you are, and by embracing who you are a 42-year-old baby wearing a giant shirt. Who cares? You get whatever you wear. No, you heard what I said. And thank you. I think somewhere in there was like a happy birthday and a compliment. It just took a while to get there.
I serenaded you right at the start. And look, happy fucking birthday. They're important. Look, here's the thing. It's not a momentous year. You're 39. No one cares. It's not a big deal. But every birthday is important. And the fact that, we've been friends long enough that I've spent a lot of birthdays with you. So I enjoy watching you get older.
I truly enjoy always being several years younger than you. And for as long as we are alive, don't forget that will always be the case. That being said, what an ageist you are. 1, 2, as you're sipping, I don't know, everyone knows this 42-year-old baby is sipping applesauce out of a pouch like my 3-year-old, like my 2-year-old niece. And so, I love that. Also, you're right. 39, not that important of a year in the grand scheme of things. And I'm not one of those type of people. I'm a Scorpio. I like the attention in that. I like people are sending me things via Instagram and thinking about me. I, of course, want all that to happen, but I don't want to make a big to-do. If someone makes a big to-do for me, thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm not one to push that out there. And also, it's a Wednesday. We're recording this on a Wednesday, my birthday. And, people got shit to do. You got a show tonight. I've got friends who got work dinners. Like, not everyone can make it, or everyone had an excuse why they couldn't make it. That is a lie. That being said,
I partied with you this weekend. I partied for this last weekend, and I went out with you on Tuesday night too, or Monday night too. So, for sure.
Thank you.
And I got hammered on the weekend.
You got hammered this weekend.
I went 2 drinks over what my maximum drink intake is supposed to be. I had 5 drinks.
Several of those drinks were PBR tall boys, like the big tall boys, not just the tall boys, the big tall boys.
Shout out to the Eagle in LA because they give you they're not like they're like the I don't know, what is it, like 16 ounce? I don't fucking know, bigger than that, right? Like
I feel like they're giant.
It's a girthy moment.
It's a forearm. Forearm.
And it's $8. And so you can't beat it. And I had 2 of those there, but then we went to the Akbar, shout out Akbar. And I switched to Kettle One and water, which is my drink.
Yeah, no,
she's
100%.
back, baby. She's back.
Yeah. And by the end of it, you were rip roaring in a way that I hadn't seen you in a while. So I don't know if that's
a good time. Yeah, I'm a good time, Sally.
Good time.
I was like doing I left a voicemail with one of our mutual friends that I did not remember until he sent me the screenshot of it. I was like, oh, that's right. I wonder what I said to her.
I was there. I remember it.
I think I shamed her for not being out.
Yep. One fun thing about you is you were telling a story too at one point that I was to people that most people that we knew, but a couple people that you didn't know. And I was like, I love that because I'm always like, Tony's my best friend. Then he'll start a story and I'm like, oh yeah, Tony will wrap this story around where he's not just shaming people for no good reason. And then it turned out there were two people in the story, and the main story was he looked to his right and a funny thing that was happening that was kind of sad, and then he looked to his left and there was a funny thing happening that was actually kind of sad, and then that was the story. And I was like, oh, there was no rounding out about it. Well, have another tall boy and a vodka water, Tony, because you're putting on a show, baby. And you can tell a story if you want, but I don't think you want to.
No, I don't want to tell the story that night. I was forced into it from a friend. Listen, when you have gossipy friends who are from New York, they just love there's no confidentiality when it comes to that, because they will spell your tea. They will, and it's like, hey, I told you that we were at your house. Your doors were closed. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't out.
Well, enough about me. Let's talk more about gossipy people from New York, because the most gossipy person from New York just announced his third candidacy for president of the United States. And I'm talking about, you guessed it, Donald J. Trump. He's back.
Oh, wait, there isn't any. MAGA. They've added a G and an A to MAGA. So it's now Make America Great and Glorious Again. Did you watch his announcement of
No, did you? Well, also I have to say, it was we weren't sure exactly what day he was going to announce. There was maybe the 14th. It was going to be this week, and my dad's birthday is the 14th. Shout out to my dad, Chris Lai. Happy birthday to you too.
Happy birthday, Chris.
And then my birthday is, of course, on today, Wednesday. And I'm happy I'm happy he didn't announce on either of our birthdays. I'm happy he waited to do something so terrible on the 15th.
Well, I had known it was going to be on the 15th because I watched The View. And but you know, after the midterms and the failure of most of the candidates he endorsed, everybody was hoping he was going to not. Like, everyone, like even his advisors were like, maybe don't. But you can't tell him that, because he's not hearing that. He's hearing all the fucking media pundits baiting him. All of the shit. He's like, he's not gonna. He couldn't stand to lose again. Or they bait him. Like, that's what he gets his motivation from. Is like, who's talking about him. That's why I'm worried. I'm like, I want the media to not give him the focus that he wants. But he did. So when he came out, Fox covered him. I think Newsmax covered him. I don't know that CNN or MSNBC or anything. I think they made redo.
I don't think they put the speech up. I think they just were talking about it. But yes, I don't think they were actually showing the whole. And that's it. That was a big part of what happened before, was the fact that they just gave him airtime for every fucking crazy speech that he did nonstop. And so the media knows they have to do better this time when it comes to that. And even Fox, but also Rupert Murdoch says, we're not fucking backing you.
Yeah,
allegedly that was a real message.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder, and he's not on Twitter. No one's on Truth Social,
right? And Truth Social's failing miserably.
Twitter's failing miserably.
But he's on there, and they fact checked him today, and I was watching. I was like, because I watched it. He was like, oh, I finished the wall, but we're going to do more. I'm like, well, if you finish the wall, why would you need to do more? What are you going to do? Yeah. He was just saying all of this bogus shit that didn't happen during his presidency. It was the witch hunt stuff, still that stuff. And it got to the point where Fox News stopped covering him halfway into, I think, what was a 45, 50-minute speech, I think. But the fact that Hannity cut him off, you know what I mean? The fact that says something. And you showed me people were actively leaving or trying to leave the venue at that time. It's over, right? This is just good for liberals at this point.
Well, we haven't been, last time we talked, we hadn't even won the Senate yet, or we hadn't won, so we were coming right off of the Tuesday election, and things weren't settled. So now, we're talking in a much different world where the Democrats we probably won't win the House, although who knows? It's been a real good election for us.
But McCarthy's not promised House Speaker. At this point, I've heard he doesn't have the votes to be House Speaker. The
best part about all of this is that it is going to lead to a Republican war. And they're great at falling in line when there's a leader, a Führer, if you will, who is telling them exactly what to do. Well, they always have an enemy. Everyone's the enemy. Everyone's the enemy. No, and it's going to be the best. And Trump, from 2015, the minute Trump announced his candidacy in 2015, I hate to say this, I was like, bring it on, you fucking old racist bitch. Like, there's no way that this country is going to fucking fool themselves. And I was wrong, but I was saying from the beginning, elect him, he will destroy the Republican Party. I didn't realize it was going to take 7 to 8 years, but I have a really strong feeling that will happen, because there's no good end to a story that starts with Trump, and anyone who gets in his fucking way, which is now going to be finally the Republican establishment is going to fucking try to get in his way. And just like in 2016, like, you can't out terrible Trump. And what the Republicans have proved time and time again in primaries of late is that terrible is what they fucking want. Okay. And so he's unleashing it, but whether he wins or not, I don't know if he has the magic or the energy. I don't even think he wants to run. He wants to just be president. He didn't have
any energy when he was doing his speech. I just think it's wild that a narcissistic Democrat is who is going to bring down the Republican Party, because let's not forget, Donald Trump fucking gave a lot of money to liberal leaning things when he was walking around with Giuliani, when Giuliani was in a dress going in and smelling perfume and shit at stores. Let us not forget he was a weird liberal, and liberals were fine with it because they're like, yeah, he talks a lot about himself, but he has money. But now he's a rhino. And he's taken out fucking the Republican Party. Good. Fuck you, Mitch McConnell. You're probably not going to be in charge of your bullshit either, you fucking loser.
Let's not make him a Democrat. Even Hitler was an artist. Okay, so like the past, people have, fascists have weird pasts.
I'm just saying, Republicans had many options at the beginning of this whole fucking debacle to drop him. Like when Lindsey was being sane at that point, when Ted Cruz was being sane, but they got on board immediately after they fucking fell. And that's their fault. That's their fault.
And watching Mike Pence do the rounds right now for his book and being like, he was the brave one, and people being like, oh, what really happened? You literally you finally are coming out after the media is now finally saying, and Rupert Murdoch is saying they're not going to support Trump. Now you're finally brave enough to fucking come and tell your fucking story. Fucking tell it to fucking Congress on the January 6th committee. And then I'll have some fucking respect for you, Mike Pence. And it turns out you're still a fucking pussy.
Yeah. So help you God. So help me God, you motherfucker. So help me God.
Also, we were talking about this. I want Pence to run, and I cannot wait for Donald Trump on stage to call Pence a faggot to his face in front of the American public. It'll boost his numbers because it's the fucking Republican Party. But I just want it to be him, DeSantis, and Trump on Cheney stage together.
You brought up a good point that we also, and through all of this as well, got rid of Cheney. You were absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh my God. And that was before the midterms. I was like, we got rid of Cheney. Like they're like, oh, she's the savior of the public. I mean, now she could run for president, but they're like, but that was her own people. They're like, get out of here. What a fucked, like, this is, it's a weird time to be a liberal person, because it's like we're not really dealt this. Take your thin margin house. It's fine. McCarthy, I don't think will win speaker, and maybe there'll be a rational fucking Republican.
We don't want one. Honestly, I don't want one. Let them.
To see some work done in the House, though. Like, do you want to see a stalemate, or do you want to see?
No. I hear. I agree with that 100%. But I think one way or the other.
You want it to be ugly.
No. I
want to watch it burn.
Well, yeah, no, I want to watch the Republican Party burn.
The reason why people aren't leaving Twitter, because we as a people just want to watch the fire.
Well, I love when things that I hate burn in front of my eyes. Let me just say it. I'm not one of these, like,
you're like that meme. You're that little girl when the house is ablaze that's like staring back like she did it.
Well, it depends on what the fucking house did to you. And this house did a lot of bad things. Okay, this fucking Republican run house. led house. And so like and if they had the majority, guarantee there would have been national abortion bans on the fucking on the docket. There would have been don't say gay bill, national bills on the fucking docket. Like there would have been terrible fucking anti-trans bills that would have fucking probably passed because of some conservative fucking Democrats too. But why I'm fine with it being McCarthy if he has a 3-vote majority is because of a couple of things. One, the only thing that they will coalesce on is like going after Hunter Biden. Go for it. You know what? I hope Biden says, I want you to tell the American people this is your priority. I want you to tell the American people your priority is what's on my son's laptop. And if that is what you can all coalesce behind, go for it. Because we over here are going to fucking be working on bringing down inflation. We're going to be working on fucking getting, gas prices fucking down. Gas prices down, bringing manufacturing back, beating Putin in Russia. We're going to fucking be doing our best to fucking make climate protection. Like there was a lot that like the contrast could not be clearer. And so I'm okay with them being fucking crazy on that side. And also the crazier they are on that side, the more likely it is that some moderate fucking Republicans on that side will come over to ours. We'll go. I'm optimistic about the future in a way that I have not been.
Hey, let's take a little look back 2 episodes ago.
I know.
2 episodes ago.
The way the winds can change.
She was putting a Canadian flag on her backpack.
I'm not traveling without that flag. That's for sure. It's still America, no less. But it has.
But what's interesting is the people who were not at his announcement, which was anyone of any Republican standing, like anyone who's like in office.
His daughters.
The only person he had was Madison Cawthorn, which was like, who cares? Who fucking cares? And then Ivanka made a statement saying she's not going to be involved. Yeah. She had a great time serving America. You mean patting your fucking wallet, you dumb bitch? Oh, her husband was there. But he didn't talk or anything.
I mean, regarding Madison Cawthorn, when you have to literally wheel your Nazi in to like, I'm
surprised that Trump took the time to put in a ramp. You know what I mean? He's not thinking in that direction of those people, but
come on, it's Mar-a-Lago. There's a lot of people whose legs don't work good down there. They need some ramps. That's for darn
Donald
sure.
Jr. wasn't there, which is great. Who needs that alcoholic cokehead fucking doing reels and TikToks for no reason?
That's going to be great too. I mean, I have no doubt that, Ivanka dropping off say I love my daddy, that family hates each other at its core. So like when it comes down to it, like they're like Donald Trump Jr. thinks he's like might be the future of the party in some way. Like he truly believes his own fucking bullshit. Enough coke will do crazy things to your brain, And so
being raised by a narcissistic fucking sociopath, of course. Yeah. Like I think like even if you don't want to, you inherit those traits.
Mommy's dead now. Daddy's effectively dead.
If politically married over the weekend.
I know.
Did you see that they that Ivanka shadily cropped out the gargoyle that is going to marry Junior?
Maybe that's why Junior didn't show up. He's mad. He
was dressed like a witch. Like everyone else looked like Easter eggs, like in these beautiful pastel-y kind of springy colors. For some reason, not the time of the year for it, but whatever. You look great too.
Who cares? Yeah.
But then there was Gaga. Like she had like spiky shoulders.
Sorry, it's Magaga. Magargoyle, yeah.
And someone was like, well, she is from New York. They do wear black all the time. It's like, well, get the fucking hint, bitch. Read the memo and step over to the side. Like,
but you don't wear black. You don't wear black to a wedding. I mean, like, do you? I thought it's a
like, unless you're the mother-in-law because you hate the bitch. You know what I mean? Like, unless you are like a real passive aggressive, or like people who like moms who wear white and shit to the weddings and stuff like that. I've been to a few. Here's the thing. I don't much care, especially after gays started getting married and I saw what they have to offer. Straight weddings are very hard for me to go to. But I have been to a lot of straight weddings where it's like there is infighting, like it is not the happiest day. And that is how I want my straight weddings from now. I want it to be very unhappy for you because that is good for me.
Although I don't know if you remember, because you weren't quite as drunk as you were on Saturday, but that last gay wedding we went to together, the dad did put on a performance of epic homophobia, which was about as thrilling as a gay wedding can get.
I've never heard such a backhanded toast in my entire life. And I was on Molly. I was like rolling, and I was like, oh, that's awkward. I mean, look, at my brother's wedding, I said a joke to some woman, a local alcoholic, that triggered her to call me a faggot at my brother's reception. So
and then actually one of my best friend's wedding, and I was the best man, and I was giving a speech. I did the speech, and I was talking about how hard it is for gay love to happen. And, it was like a heartfelt speech about, and there was just like the extra work that has to go into, because we have to unpack our own stuff. The drunk aunt of the other groom came up to me afterwards, was like, how dare you? Straight love is hard too. You don't understand. It was full on.
Yeah, we know. We see it. You don't shy away from your fucking dysfunctional bullshit. This is why, and I've said it countless times, why I'm not trying to boot up. I have seen too many straight people be like real bad at it and invite me into it. And then I start seeing homosexuals trying to be like heterosexuals. And I was like, why are you not paying attention? Have you not seen them? Like, why?
I know. Also, I just feel like, I know, we started with my birthday. I mean, I still feel like I've got another like good 10 years left of fucking. So like, I'll look into getting married, in another decade or so. We'll see what the world looks like then. I mean, I know Biden's going to save it or whatever, but like, I don't know if I want to fucking get married.
Here's to Biden saving the world. Here's to Biden. Here's to fucking, I've just been thrilled watching so many right-wing people trying to make sense of it. The fact that like, the United States proved that everything they were yelling about was a non-issue. Like, it's like, if you don't see that you've wasted your time, then I hope that the next fucking virus takes you out next.
Well, I think, one, that, two, also we have to shout out to COVID for killing a lot of people who would probably have voted for Trump in places like Arizona and Nevada and other places. Don't love to wish for people to die, but I love when they can't vote.
Look, it was tragic at the moment, but the Republicans spent a whole lot of time feeding it down our throat that it wasn't a big deal, that it was just a flu and you can fucking rinse with bleach. So, sorry.
It turns out people don't want a president who tells them to rinse with bleach. One, two. Also, it turns out when you're talking about crime levels being bad, try your best not to be criminals when you're doing that. I think that also is something that the American public can kind of see right through. Turns out I didn't always believe that, but it turns out I have faith, especially in the kiddies. The kiddies see you for who you really are, because they've been watching bullshit since the day they were born, and so they're very well versed in it. So what's revolutionary to them? Honesty.
Yeah.
Honestly, honesty is really fucking revolutionary to these kids.
When everything's fucking around you,
so try it out.
And I look at it this way too, because like now that I think about it, the world just reached 8 billion human people. So now I'm thinking, well, the million wasn't enough. and also shout out to the Zennials for not fucking anymore. You hear that they're not really fucking anymore, and I'm here for it. They're like, look, some of the herd could be thinned out a bit more. We're the generation of no fucking, and we're gonna see what that does later on. They'll be good and dead too by the time they see the repercussions of that.
Have you tried that Oculus porn? What's that?
On the streets of LA. On the streets of LA, I did. So I did this thing for HBO, Real Sex, where I was working with. You remember?
When was this?
This was years ago.
Okay.
Remember Brian?
I remember Real Sex.
Brian, bald head, brown boy.
Yes.
So he brought me on to like work as an assistant on this Real Sex thing. It was like a reboot or something on HBO, and we went around the streets of LA putting the Oculus on people and letting them watch the porn. So yes, I've watched the porn. Yes.
Well, my point is that
is it better now?
Well, but it is. It was years ago. Imagine how technology moves so fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, once the metaverse orgy starts happening, like they're going to be so realistic, no one's going to fuck again. I'm a little worried about that actually, but it is to your point.
I don't know. I like to feel pressure on my body. You know what I mean? I listen. if we are the dying generation of people who like to get touched, I'm fine as long as I'm still getting touched till the day I die, because this whole
day I die,
this
uncomfortable.
I know the
last thing I want is someone jerking me off. I want to at least say bye to like my friends and family.
I want to be Jesus Christ. Casey, do the shout out.
Who gets a shout out? You. Who gets a shout out? You motherfucking do. Even on my birthday.
Oh my God. A birthday shout out for Casey Live specifically. We do this live on the YouTube. If you follow us on Instagram, the link is in the bio. You can watch us whenever we do it. Who knows when that is either. We like to keep it loose here at the Gay Power Half Hour. But we are doing shout outs if you leave a comment on our iTunes page or our YouTube. And we got one from my good Judy, Luke Hughes, which is my best friend of 20 plus years. And he just thinks that, what got him was your song. That's what he says. He was like the shout out song. He wanted to hear it. He wanted to hear his name after it. And so there it is. You heard it. And thank you for recommending our show. Luke. Great. We've come to the end of Gay Power Half Hour for today on Casey's birthday show, his 39th year. 39. We got to get used to saying that. We got to get used to saying that. Casey, tell people what you're up to.
You can see me. I'm doing a show for Truly Hard Seltzer on the 29th. That's the weekend of Thanksgiving. At like Truly LA. I don't know, but you can come buy tickets. It's 216 South Alameda Street at doors are at 7:00. So I'll put it up on Instagram so you can find it there. Follow me on Instagram, KCWLEY. And that's it for now. Meow.
If you like Gay Power Half Hour, please go to our iTunes page, subscribe, rate the show, leave a comment. It helps. We love to read them. What do I have going on? Of course, every Wednesday, if you are in West Hollywood at 10 p.m., come to Stash and see Battle Babies, hosted by me. 4 baby queens lip sync battle for your entertainment and cash and prizes. I'm going to be at Redline this Friday night downtown LA for the bitchiest bingo with my co-host Pickle from 7 to 9 p.m. And all of the proceeds there are going to go to the DTLA LGBT Center. So come out and support. I apparently get to be mean. So when I'm given that, I take it.
You and Pickle, that's a lot of bitch right there.
I am the Tony Sutter Show on Instagram and TikTok. So please give me a follow, and we'll be back again next week. Goodbye. All right, go move your car.
I love you.
I love you. Happy birthday. Happy